Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial we are going to go ahead and understand how we can deal with attachments when converting InfoPath forms to PDF. My name is Clavin and I work as a technical consultant. I'm also a blogger. You can find my blogs at clavinfernandez.wordpress.com. My Twitter handle is @clavinfernandez. Also, feel free to ping me on LinkedIn. So if you have been following my tutorials, in the previous video we created a flow in which we can go ahead and convert InfoPath forms to PDF. The flow on your screen goes ahead and shows you how we can go ahead and use when a file is created trigger. Then we need to get the XSN file content. As I told you previously, for InfoPath conversions we need the template, that is the XSN, and also the XML data. So first we are getting the XSN data, we are going ahead and passing in the template file content, and then we are getting the XML data and passing in the file content. And finally we are going ahead and creating the file in InfoPath archived folder. So let's go ahead and see how we can go ahead and work with attachments. How does the converter work with attachments? Okay, so for this let me go ahead and quickly trigger a manual flow, and this is our folder for the source. Okay, so I'll create a form and I'll add few attachments. So let me go ahead and add an Excel attachment. Let me add a Word attachment, and let me go ahead and add a third attachment, that is PDF itself. So I'll attach all the three attachments and I'll go ahead and save the form. I'll name the form attachments demo and I'll save it. Now our flow should run. You see that our flow is running, and within few seconds we should have a form into the archived InfoPath files library. So let's wait for few seconds and let's go ahead and see the output. So the flow has completed. I'll quickly refresh my screen and I'll open the file. So you see that our view has been converted. There are three attachments. If I scroll down, I have the Excel file, I have the Word document, and I have the PDF file as well. So if I go back, these are the files that I had used. So this is the Excel file, and this is the PDF file, a sample PDF file, and a sample Word document. So this worked well, right? So everything worked well. But now what I want to do is that let's consider I don't want the attachments. My business tells me that the attachments are not necessary. How can I go ahead and exclude attachments during conversions? So just remember, by default it goes ahead and converts and merges all the attachment to the original PDF or the original view. But now I again say we don't want it. We need to get rid of all the attachments. Attachments are not necessary. So what I have found is that Mohembi has got a great article around this topic as well. The article is about dealing with attachments when converting emails and InfoPath forms. So we are not interested in emails. If you are interested in emails, you can go ahead and look at my video tutorial out here. But we are interested in InfoPath forms. So this is what we are interested in, right? Let me pump up the zoom a little bit so that you can view it. So this is what we are interested in. So as I told you, by default it merges all the files. So then we can go ahead and attach files, and then we can go ahead and attach files as PDF or attach files as original as well. Now we need to get rid of attachments, right? So to get rid of attachments, we can go ahead and use the first key. that is convert attachments is equal to false, right? But this key cannot be used directly in flow. To use it in flow, we need to use an XML override. If you have been following my tutorial, in the previous tutorial, I have gone ahead and used XML override to go ahead and convert specific views from an InfoPath file. So in this, we are going to use this override. Let me just quickly copy it. I'll go back to my notepad and let's go ahead and make the changes. So first scenario out here, exclude the attachments. So first I need to make sure that I'm using the InfoPath instead of MSG. I'll get rid of these two for now, and what I'll say, instead of true, I'll say false. I'll go ahead and put in the XML override out here in the override settings, and what I'll do is that I'll rename this to something like no attachments, and I'll save it. Now what I'll do is that I'll quickly go ahead and automatically run the flow from our previous flow run. So I'll quickly test it and we'll wait for the flow to complete. Once the flow completes, we should have a file out here, but it should exclude the attachments. So let's wait. Yeah, the flow has completed. Refresh, the naming is good. No attachments. So if you look out here, the attachments are not there. It's only a one-page file. So scenario 1 is done. The next scenario that we are going to look at is we are going to go ahead and attach the attachments as a PDF, right? We'll go ahead and attach it as a PDF. So to do that, let me go ahead and copy the key. So attachment merge mode is the key. Put it onto my notepad, and then what I'll say is that the convert attachment is true. Now as PDFs, right? We don't want to merge it, we want to attach it. So next I need to go ahead and get the key that is needed. So we need to go to the article, and the key is attach as PDF. So I'll quickly go in here. I'll open my notepad and I'll say get rid of merge. First of all, get rid of white spaces and attach as PDF. I'll quickly copy it. I'll go back to my Power Automate. I'll edit it. I'll change it here. So now we are going to attach it as PDF. So let me quickly go ahead and change the name as well. So I'll say dash attach as PDF, save it. So again, we need to wait for a few seconds, and once the flow is done, we can go ahead and look at the output. So the flow conversion is done, which is good. We'll go back here, we'll refresh our SharePoint and attach as PDF. So I see this is good. But now I see a single page PDF and I don't see the attachments. So now if I open the PDF in a PDF viewer, I see that there are attachments. The first attachment is here. The second attachment is also converted into PDF, and the third attachment is also converted into a PDF. And these are attached to the document. They are not merged. If you see, it's a single page document. So this covers our scenario number 2. Now the third scenario that we are going to look at is attach as original. I don't want to change the format. I want the Word to be attached as Word, the Excel to be attached as Excel, and the PDF to be attached as PDF. So what I can do, it's very simple. I'll just copy this. I'll edit my flow. I'll go to my override and I'll change the override out here. The override is changed. I'll just rename it to attach as original and I'll save it. So this is done. I have saved it, and I'll quickly go ahead and test the flow. So the flow has completed. Let's go back to our SharePoint and refresh our screen. So attach as original is also here. So here I see a single page PDF, and as I told you, you need to open it in a PDF viewer. So when I open this file in a PDF viewer, I again see 3 files out here, but this time if I click on them, It goes ahead and prompts me to go ahead and save it because PDF Viewer cannot open an Excel file. Similarly, I can simply open the PDF, and when I click on Word, it goes ahead and will ask me to go ahead and open it in Word. So in this blog, we have gone ahead and understood how we can go ahead and convert InfoPath forms with attachments and how we can deal with them. We have covered how we can skip the attachments. By default, it merges the attachments, attach as PDF, and attach as original. I hope this session was informative. Thank you for listening and happy converting.